So today we're going to be working on strengthening the shoulders. We're prepping for headstand pretty soon here, so I want to give you a good routine to strengthen the upper body to help you get up there a little bit easier. So we're going to start in child's pose at the top of your mat, so I'll meet you there and we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so we'll start right in child's pose, feet together, knees nice and wide. Walk the hands out and let the chest drop down. Take a few breaths here. Breathing in and out through the nose. You can soften the elbows. And just try to relax. So as long as we're here and we're still, I want you to totally stop. Be totally relaxed. So today we're going to be pretty heavy with the shoulders and the core too. I'm going to sneak some of that in. So make sure that when we do stop, you stop fully. And give yourself that rest. On your next breath in, you can lean into the hands, and we'll come back to a down dog. So lift the tailbone high, press firmly into both palms. And take a couple breaths here, pedal out the legs if you feel like you need to. Spread the fingers wide. And on an inhale, shift forward to plank. Stack the wrists right under the shoulders, take a couple breaths. So without really caving the chest down, see if you can pull the sternum forward and look just ahead of the fingers. Keep the hips in a nice straight line with the rest of the spine. Don't let them sag down. Press the heels away from you. Take 2 more inhales. And then gradually sit the hips back up, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths, pedal out the legs. So as we prep for inversions, whether it's headstand or really anything else, the most important things you can strengthen would be your core and your shoulders. So that's what we're focusing on today. Again, on an inhale, shift forward to that plank. Wrists right under the shoulders, breathe. Don't let the chest cave forward and don't let the hips sag, but keep reaching the sternum ahead of you. Pull the belly in. Take 2 more inhales. Now your next breath, shift it back, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to come through our Vinyasa. So shift forward to plank. On an exhale, slowly lower down between the elbows. Come all the way down to the chest. And inhale, roll the shoulders back, cobra. Exhale, lower down. I want you to keep the elbows bent, so don't straighten the arms all the way. On another inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift up to cobra again. Squeeze the elbows in tight. Exhale, lower down. One more like that. Inhale, inflate the chest, roll the shoulders back, lift the sternum towards the sky. Keep the legs heavy. Exhale, lower down. So I'm going to sneak something up on you. Tuck the toes under. You're going to push up to plank. So push it up and sit back and down dog. Press the heels down. On your inhale, shift forward. Now you can always drop the knees. So I'll do that one a couple times. Lower down between the elbows. Lay the chest flat. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, inflate the chest. Feet are heavy. Exhale, lower down. On an inhale, roll the shoulders back again. Squeeze the elbows in tight. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. So we're going to find that push up again. So tuck the toes, push straight up to plank, or you can keep the knees down and push up that way. And sit it back. Take a couple breaths. On your inhale, shift forward. Drop to the knees, feet together, knees wide, sit back on the heels, child's pose. So remember, totally stop. Let yourself get completely still. Relax the arms. Another way to relax the shoulders in child's pose is to take the hands behind you. Backs of the hands are down, and then you can fold that way. So whichever feels better. Take one more breath. And then look to the hands. Stay on the forearms. So palms are down, elbows are directly under the shoulders. So the center of that crease in the elbow lines up with the middle of the meaty part of the shoulder. So that's how you know it's centered. Press firmly into the hands, spread the fingers really wide. Tuck the toes under and lift the tailbone for dolphin. So keep reaching the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Now notice if you're pushing the shoulders really far back and you feel it under the shoulder blades, just shift your weight forward a little bit so the shoulders line up right over the elbows. Maybe look between the arms, maybe drop the head and look back. Make sure the head doesn't drag on the floor. So if it does, just walk the feet in a little bit. Take a couple breaths here. And then extra slow, start to walk the feet back. We're going to find a plank. I know, I'm killing you. I know. Keep walking the feet back. And again, keep reaching the sternum forward, but hug the ribs in so the hips don't sag down. Take a couple breaths. One more inhale. And start to lift the hips up. Find that dolphin again, so walk the toes back in. Press the heels down, line the shoulders up over the elbows. Take 2 more inhales. Now keep pushing into the forearms, so don't let the chest collapse down to the floor. On your exhale, walk the feet back a little tiny bit. Feet together, knees wide. Sit back in child's pose. Arms can be anywhere you like. Fully stop, fully relax. On your next breath in, look to the hands. So I'm going to give you 2 options for the next one. If you want a little bit less intensity in the upper body, a down dog is fine. If you want to keep adding on and maybe add a little bit more strength, I'm going to show you this next thing. So option 1 would be that down dog, and I just want you to shift forward to plank. And press down. Maybe cobra, maybe up dog. And finish in downward facing. So that's your first option. Still going to be working the shoulders pretty heavily in the upper body, so that's good. But like I said, if you want a little bit more, if you want a little bit more intensity, the forearms are going to stay down. So first thing is to always remember that alignment. The center of your elbow, the crease of the elbow, is in line with that center of the meaty part of the shoulder. So for this one, the palms have to be flat and they have to be shoulder width. So if they start to creep in and the thumbs pull in towards each other, it's not going to work. So make sure that you keep that distance between the hands. So finding dolphin, lift the tailbone up, keep your alignment, keep hugging the armpits in, look to the hands, start to walk the toes back. Just a couple inches, not very far. Keep looking ahead with the fingers, bend the knees deeply, don't let them touch the floor, and push up to plank. So you're launching forward. Then slowly press down. Maybe cobra, maybe up dog. And everybody meet in down dog. Pause there. I'm going to do that one again. So shift forward, come to child's pose for a couple breaths. Give the shoulders a break. And gradually look to the hands again. So remember your option. You can come to that down dog again and flow through. So down dog, plank, press down between the elbows, and finish in down dog. Or you can come back to dolphin. Elbows down, forearms down, and really take your time to get there. So don't rush into it. Make sure your alignment is good and the body feels strong and in line. Palms down. Spread the fingers wide. That's your foundation. Lift the tailbone up. Make sure that you're pushing into the forearms so that the chest doesn't cave down. Take one breath here. And then maybe walk the feet back a couple inches so you have some room to move. look ahead of the fingers, bend the knees deeply, but don't let them touch the floor. And you're going to use a little bit of momentum to push up to a plank. So pushing up, slowly press down. Maybe cobra, maybe up dog. And exhale, take it back. Take a few breaths. On your next breath in, shift forward. Come down to the knees and just sit comfortably. So I'm going to give you a couple stretches for the shoulders and for the upper back. Again, that's really our focus today so that we can prep for our inversions coming up. So I want you to take the right arm, bring it overhead, and bend it so that the palm is right at the top of the back. So just like this. So you're lifting the elbow up. And then the left arm is just going to come behind you and bring the hand to the lower back. So the tendency is to want to cave forward and bring the elbow in and bring the other elbow forward. But instead of caving in, see if you can lift the sternum up and draw the elbows away from you. So you're trying to pull that left elbow behind you and open up the right side of the chest by bringing the right elbow up and back. So it looks like this. There we go. Need a mirror behind me. So continue to breathe. Just take 3 more inhales. Expanding, opening, but keeping the shoulders soft. And release the arms down and shake it out. Maybe old school PE stretch. Stretch it over. That's a no fail. You always win with that one. And if the other side feels good to do that too, you can do the other side. And we'll do the same thing the other way. So release the right arm when you're done. The left arm is going to come overhead, bend the elbow so that the elbow's bent and the palm is down on the upper back. Then the right hand can come behind you on the lower back. And again, make sure you're not caving forward. You don't want to get that defeated, hunched posture. Keep reaching the sternum straight up towards the ceiling, opening the left elbow back so you feel stretch in the tricep as well as in the shoulders and in the traps. And keep reaching that right elbow behind you too. So relax the neck, keep the shoulders soft, and breathe. So see if you can find some stillness there. And take one more inhale. And on your exhale, lower down. Maybe cross the arms. Left. Right side. And release the arms down. Fight still in that comfortable seat. Let the eyes close. Sitting evenly on both hips. Let the shoulders relax back and down. And take a few big breaths in, softening the face behind the eyes. And your next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Bringing the palms together, exhale the hands right down to the heart center. And let the eyes open. Namaste. Awesome job, you guys. Thanks for coming today. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day we're going to go ahead and get up into headstand. So we'll have a short little prep and then we're going to kick up to that inversion. If your legs are pretty flexible, you can take one up, maybe just float the other up. And if you hit the wall or the door that you're in front of, that's okay. And